I was saying, you want me to close you? You can't hear that because you got your headphones on.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Coach Smith with Love the Game 24/7 podcast.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My apologies for missing my regularly scheduled 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays. Um, but I appreciate you all joining me today, this afternoon, as I am live on IG, YouTube, and Facebook. So I appreciate you guys joining me this afternoon. Uh, just we'll have a recap on some things that I discussed the other night on the live podcast on Wednesday, Valentine's Day. You know, even though it was Valentine's Day, I still did a live on that day briefly, and I'll just have a little recap of what was discussed on that day. But definitely just want to be sure I let you guys know. Please be sure that you follow and like me on IG, Love the Game 24_7. And you can do the same on YouTube. You can subscribe, share, and follow. You can get all caught up with Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7 podcast shows on all the great content for high school and middle school athletes. And we also help, some college athletes as well. I know we have the transfer portal and NIL. We've had some of those discussions. So it's even informative for college athletes. But the main show we're targeting here on Love the Game 24/7 are middle school and high school age athletes, male and female, who are looking to achieve or earn scholarship in their sport, in their specific sport, or multiple sports. Some kids will get offers in more than one sport, but we definitely want to be sure that you get offered some multiple opportunities, whether it be at the Division 1, Division 2, or the middle of the pack with the FCS. Uh, FCS, because I know our Division 1 is considered FBS, and our middle range is FCS, which is what we used to call 1AA, but it's Division 1 FCS and Division 2. So we want to be sure that you be sure to follow us on that. And also you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Love the Game 24_7, and get all caught up with the great content there, and hit the subscribe button that you see in the left of the screen as you're watching this show live, or if you're watching it recorded version. So I appreciate you guys joining me, and I'm excited to do all we can to be sure we help you young student athletes out there in middle school and high school, and you parents, help you understand how to market your young student athlete, as well as high school coaches, because that's going to be, I'll share with you here shortly what our topic of discussion will be this afternoon briefly. But I just want to be sure that I give you a recap on last week's message, about who you're selling, right? It was 3 marketing keys that every athlete needs to understand, as well as your parents, on how to market you to those schools that you fit. And so you got to know who you're selling. And so you got to know who you are, student athlete, young lady, young man. You got to know who you are, who get a real good understanding about who you are to sell more than just your sport. You're selling your character, right? You're selling all these things. You're selling your academic prowess, to be able to get that scholarship. Because there are a lot of young athletes, high school athletes, that may potentially lose offers because they don't have the GPA or the test scores that they need. And we definitely don't want to have that being an issue. And so that's why I always tell parents how to get your young student athletes started early in middle school age, at least by 7th grade, no later than 8th grade. But definitely if you're in high school and you really haven't started that process, or you don't really understand that process about who you're selling, that's why I encourage you to get the 10-week digital course that we're going to be starting in March. And I've given that information. I'll give that at the end of the podcast so you can know how to uh, get that information and get with Coach Smith live to walk you through a 10-week course on how you can market and how you should be marketing your student athlete to achieve those goals of getting athletic scholarship opportunities. And so you got to know who you're selling, young lady and young man, parents, to help your student athlete learn how to get those offers. And as I said, it's more than just your highlight tape and what you're doing on your on the softball field, on the volleyball court, tennis court, or the golf course, the football field, the basketball court, in baseball, lacrosse, it all, you definitely have to sell yourself there first. That's how you first attract some of these college recruiters in your sport, is that you do have to have video, right? You also have to show that you're in shape and all those different things. So that's your initial attraction, as well as getting yourselves at some camps and those different things at the particular colleges that they offer. And so, but you got to be sure that you also understand that you have to sell your academics, you have to sell your um, your character. As I shared, that your talent may get you somewhere, but your character has to keep you there. And so that's something you definitely want to understand. Hey, Coach Harvey, appreciate you joining me, brother. Um, just doing a quick recap. And so as you learn, young student athlete and parents, you're teaching your kids, what you're selling. Do what you're selling, and you have to sell yourself. In all these areas in your sport, in your academics, your character, your integrity, all those things need to be top notch. So for you to attract those schools that you're trying to get attention to. So you have to know that. And then you got to know who you're selling to, correct? And I shared about how, you don't show love. You shouldn't be showing love to those schools who aren't showing you love. And I told you there's a deeper meaning behind that and what that means, right? And I gave you a little taste or a little nugget about what I mean by that. It's a little deeper than that because you got to know who you're selling to. You need to do your research on your schools. And I gave an example about how I was being recruited by University of Iowa when I was in high school. They were black and gold, just like my high school in Lakewood, St. Petersburg, Florida, where Marquez Valdez Scantling just won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. He's from my high school, as well as the Griffin twins and many other, Isaiah Wynn, a lot of great kids from that area in St. Pete, as well as my son being from St. Petersburg in that area. But I was being recruited, and I really liked University of Iowa colors because they match my school colors. And I knew Ronnie Harmon and several other very good all-purpose running backs had come out of Iowa. And and I remember when I got to one of those programs, recruiting programs from University of Iowa, I made a point when I got those things from different schools to read about who the running back coach was, right? Because that's what I wanted to play was running back. So I always make myself familiar with who um, the running back coaches were at these schools, and and I would look and see who was on the roster at these schools, and see if I matched, you know, any of their current players on the roster, right? With my size and speed and all those different things. And so that's what I mean by when you don't show love to those schools who aren't showing you love. Some of those schools aren't showing you love because you don't know who you're selling to. You don't know the coaches and what they're looking for at your position. So you got to be familiar. You got to watch your sport when those girls are playing basketball and you're a female basketball player. You should be watching basketball, right? You should be doing that. I follow Boston College lacrosse because my son went to Boston College and I got very familiar with the BC lacrosse program. And so I really enjoy watching lacrosse. And every chance I get to catch the BC women playing lacrosse, I watch them. But in your sport, you got to be sure you're familiar and know that if I'm trying to get a scholarship from a specific school, I need to make myself familiar with who coaches my position. Look at those players and see if do I match up. If I'm not matching up, there were some schools, like I said, when I gave an example that had running backs that were 6 feet, 5'11s, 6'1", 6'2". Um, so that's not a school that I should be, even though it's a school that I like and would love to go to. Now, granted, I'm not saying not to send anything to them, but don't expect, you know, them to probably show love. But I remember reading that program that Iowa sent me, and the coach said, "Hey, I don't care if you're 5'8" or 5'9" or 6 feet or blah blah. If you're one of my running backs, as long as you make sure you know how to block, run the ball, and catch the football, be an all-purpose back, those are the guys that I'm looking for. And man, that was just like ding, bling, bling. The lights just went off. I'm like, man, yeah, this is somewhere I need to be, you know, having some of my attention. And any other school where that coach was a coach, a running back coach in my position, you know, said those same things. But if they didn't say it, I can look at the roster, up and down a roster for running backs, and look at the type of offense they ran and see if it fit me. You know, if there was a school that they just ran the ball all the time and they weren't really passing the ball to running backs, I may need to be looking somewhere else, because I was an all-purpose guy, and I don't want to be running the ball 30, 40 times a game, right? I want to be able to run the ball maybe 20 times a game and catch about 5 or 8 passes a game, and maybe do a little bit of kickoff return and punt return. And so you got to know who you're selling to, young people, right? That was the thing that I shared on Wednesday night doing Valentine's Day podcast, that you got to know who you're selling. So you got to know yourself as an athlete. You got to know who you're selling to. So as I just gave this example about the Iowa running back coach and what he said in his statement about what he looked for at his position. So you got to be aware, right? So there are going to be some schools that aren't showing you love, not because they don't like you as a person. It's not personal. Did you do your homework? Did you do your research? You know, that school is probably not showing you love because maybe you don't fit their measurements at your position, whatever sport it may be, right? Whether you're male or female, right? And then, once you get those down, now you can make some progress, right? So once you get step 1 and 2 down, like I just shared, that third step, now you know how to make that progress. Now you're getting somewhere, okay, to possibly getting multiple offers because you've done your homework, you've done your research. But mom and dad got to get in there and help you as well, right? So you got to help your young person understand that. So that was a little recap on some tips that I gave on 3 marketing tips, that you can go back and listen to on YouTube and get the full video and get the full message of what I shared on Wednesday night, and just get yourself um, working in that direction, and doing your research, student athlete, whether you're middle school or high school. And that's also how you want to focus on when you go to camps, and whatever camp you go to in your sport. Find those schools that you're a carbon copy of exactly what they want at your position, whether you're a point guard, whether you're a shortstop, whether you're, first baseman, whether you're um, third baseman, second baseman. It doesn't matter whether you are um, a forward or a center or whatever your type of play, whether you're um, on lacrosse or the hockey or whatever it is that you participate in. Those are the things that you need to do to make yourselves more marketable to those schools that that are looking for the type of player that you are, and you have integrity and character. As I shared, Coach Lovett had shared with me one time when I was talking to him, my former coach, who recruited me to Morningside College, had shared that when he recruits athletes, he doesn't always go talk to those people who have an investment. So your high school coach has an investment for you to get a scholarship because they help promote the program, right? The principal has an investment because they help promote the program. Your guidance counselor, those people have some buy-in, so they may not say necessarily, you know, bad things about you. Not that they need to say bad things, but they might, um, they have some buy-in because they want to say, hey, you know, not that they're trying to take credit, but they just want to be sure they highlight their program. And the one way they can highlight their program is they're putting people in school, they're putting athletes in school. And so when he recruited, he made a point to say, I'm going to go talk to that cafeteria person. I'm going to go talk to that janitor person and see what they have to say about you. Because if you are that young lady, that young man on campus in your sport, everybody knows who you are. At least they know of you. Some people may have something to say. Oh yeah, that cafeteria lady may say, yeah, that young lady, she always makes sure her friends clean up their mess at their table. She doesn't leave her area, without cleaning up behind herself, or at least leaning on her teammates. Those are the kind of things that when a recruiter comes through, that they should be saying about you, right? That you have a person that, of character, integrity, that you help make sure you hold your teammates accountable, and you're a leader. So those, you'll be surprised, that cafeteria person and that janitor person, they're very familiar on whose campus. They've been working there for years, and they're very familiar on who the athletes are. I don't care if it's soccer or track and field. They know, right? Because if you're that person putting up numbers, everybody is familiar with who's having some success in their sport at their particular school, and everybody's talking about it. And you be rest assured that that janitor and that cafeteria person know you as well, and they see you around campus, and they see how you act and conduct yourselves. And he was saying one of the first things he does when he would recruit an athlete is to talk to those people, and then he would pull a random student. He'd like to come when there's lunchtime or whatever and walk through and like, hey, you guys familiar with um, this young lady or this young man that plays, basketball? What are you guys? Are you? Is he good? And they're going to say they're going to, in most cases they're going to tell the truth right on the spot. So that was what the discussion was um, on that uh, podcast on Wednesday. But today, real quickly, we're going to talk about how um, your high school coaches in whatever sports you play can help you with scholarships, right? And if they do that, it's a way for these high school coaches to enhance their program, their sports program. So just a quick brief discussion is, like I said, today's topic is how scholarships and recruiting, how the high school coach, right, can help you in those areas with your scholarships and your recruiting, and how they also can help themselves in their program, that when they put people in college, when they have kids or high school athletes are getting scholarships from their particular school, that particular high school is going to be known, or that coach is going to be known for that particular sport, or that program is going to be known in some sort of way that, hey man, yeah, I want to go attend here, right? Because they put people in college, they put people in school. Okay. And so that's a way for, high school coaches to better their programs, their athletic programs as a whole. All the head coaches can, get together and have meetings and say, hey, look, we need to do whatever we can to help get our young people in college and get them scholarships at whatever level that they're being recruited at. So if we really want to have a successful program, high school coach, because I said I'm not just here to help the young middle school and high school athletes and parents. We can also help some college students to understand NIL and the transfer portal, but we also can help some high school coaches understand how you can develop your program. I have Coach Harvey on here. He's a testament of how he's elevated CCC, Clearwater Central Catholic, back in Clearwater, Florida, after taking over from his father-in-law. He's definitely elevated that program. I don't know how many regional championships he's won since he's probably won a regional championship every year since he's taken over that program. And he's got them in several state championship games to give the team an opportunity to hopefully win the first state championship here soon. And so when you have a program like what Coach Harvey's continued to elevate and build on when he took over, and he's putting a lot of young people in that school, continue to put them in high school at Division I, Division FCS, and Division II. And so when you're a high school coach in your sport, and I'll tell you right now, at CCC, Florida Central Catholic, the volleyball team has put female athletes at major colleges for volleyball scholarships. The softball team has done it. The baseball team has done it. They have some pro baseball players from that school where my son attended, where Coach Harvey is coaching now as head coach. They have talent all over the place in all the sports, male and female, and they're all going and playing at another level from high school and getting scholarships. So when you, as a program, as an athletic program at your high school, if you want to build a reputation for yourself, be sure you do all you can to help your athletes achieve and attain some scholarships. And then you'll be the talk where, hey, man, there are going to be some athletes that want to come to that particular high school in their area because your reputation is they do everything, that program over there does everything they can by putting people in college and making sure that they're ready, college ready. And uh, I can proudly say myself as a former coach at Clearwater Central Catholic, as well as my son playing there, we've had a lot of athletes that have gone on and continued great success beyond college as well at the pro level. So in baseball and football, for sure, I know that, and we've had some girls in volleyball as well do some great jobs with volleyball success. And so, and even in soccer, we have the program is good there. So, part of this discussion today is, hey, just to have conversation with the high school coaches who may be listening to this live or later, and that's what parents should be looking for as well. What programs in my area? I mean, if you have to relocate, because I know I was considering relocating, Prior to having my son go to Clearwater Central Catholic (CCC), we were going to move up to that area, but because it's a private school, I didn't have to necessarily relocate. But I did move a little closer, so it wouldn't be as long of a drive. But I knew when Coach Davis was at that school, my sons weren't going to play for anybody else but him, right? And I also made a point to coach there at that high school. I know everybody can't coach, but one thing that I did as my kids started drawing closer to get into high school was making sure I looked and said, okay, yeah, Coach Davis is still coaching. Great. Now, if he wasn't still coaching, I would have found somewhere where I know the program was a legitimate program where they help their kids, their athletes, go to the next level. And I don't care what sport, what it is. I'm looking and seeing, okay, what are their sports doing? Are they getting kids? In college because I'm always reading the paper, watching the news, different things of that nature. When my kids were young and in middle school, as I was looking to say, okay, where are the schools where I think I want to consider having my kids attend. And so as a parent, you should be having a watchful eye on the schools in your area that are putting kids in school. I'm here in North Carolina, the Wilmington area. There's a Hargett High School that's a very successful school, like I had back in Florida, that's putting kids in school. Laney High School, which is Michael Jordan's former high school, they're putting kids in college in different sports: football, basketball, baseball, you name it. They're putting kids in college, and that's what you want to be mindful of, parents and coaches. You want to be mindful of. If I want to have a successful program, if I want to be sure whether I'm coaching volleyball, soccer, or basketball, or baseball, or softball, I want to be sure that I'm doing all I can as a high school coach in informing my kids or letting them know, hey, there's some things that, hey, as a coach, I can't help you out with, but hey, there's Love the Game 24/7 with Coach Smith is teaching parents and young student athletes how to market themselves better because you don't know what you don't know, right? And to me, if there's a coach who can be honest, whether a male or female coach, and be honest and say, hey, there's some things I can help you with, but there's some other things that I'm not too familiar with, but I will tell you, hey, you need to get to some camps, you need to do these things. I just had my buddy who's at Sioux City West High School in Sioux City, Iowa, who I played with that got the head coaching job at Sioux City West, is flying me out later this summer to come talk to his middle school and high school athletes and parents about my 10-week digital course program and how it can help benefit them. But I'm also going to be working with him on giving him some ideas and things about how he should be coaching and how he should be uh, doing some things to help his kids, um, you know, get better, their development, what they should be doing all season. I just spoke to. He called me the other day, in between classes with one of his students who was a running back, and giving him some ideas on what he needed to do to help himself go to the next level. So here's one of my buddies who's the high school coach, just got a head coaching job at one of the local high schools there back where we played college ball. He's still in that area, and he's like, "Hey, Smitty, I need you to come out, man. I need you to help me." And I'm full go with helping him do everything he can to try to help better his program, help encourage his kids to put in work, and let them know that hey, some of you guys may have the potential to play at the next level. What level we don't know yet, but you may have an opportunity to be able to do that. And we want to enhance that. We want to help develop that. And so he's committed as a coach saying, hey, man, come on out here. He's got several of us who formerly played ball with him, and some of us played at the next level. And he's like, and we're doing things to help kids and parents get scholarships. So he's inviting like three of us former teammates to come out there who are doing things in this arena to help young athletes get scholarships. So we'll be going out there sometime in May. And so these are the things that we're all about with Love the Game 24/7, helping coaches as well, helping giving you information, helping empowering you to help your program develop and even be better at your area and wherever city or state you're in, and helping your young athletes be able to achieve something that they may not have knew that they could possibly do. And there's always that diamond in the rough, that a kid that didn't realize that, man, oh, he has some ability. Who is this young man? Who is this young lady? They need to be putting in some work, man. They need to be in the weight room, getting stronger, getting bigger, and getting faster, or whatever the case. Whatever sport they're playing, give the kids a specific or a type of workout they need to be doing. I know it from a football standpoint as well as track and field, what some athletes should be doing. And some of these things, same things can be incorporated in some other sports. But the main thing is, as a high school coach, what are you doing? to try to help build your program? What are you, we tell your young people to be committed to. Appreciate you guys joining Coach Smith. Love the game 24/7. Appreciate it. But you got to be sure, parents, that you look for coaches who are committed, to your young people, to all your young people in their sport. And so you want to be searching and finding while your kids are young, what high school do I need to consider putting them in? Because if they're putting kids in college in that sport, that's where I want my young person to be, right? And a coach that's proactive in helping teach the parents, and the student athletes about what they need to do, right? And helping them increase their chances of getting a scholarship at some level, right? To help supplement their education, because that's what it's ultimately about, is try to help these student athletes and parents understand how we can supplement education, right? Because education at the college level is not cheap. It can be very expensive. So that's where we can come in with Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7. That's why I shared, this 10-week digital course format that I have created and built, that I know works because I've used it for myself, and I'm even perfected and made it better with my son and with several other young people um, that I've worked with using this system that I know that works when it comes to helping teach um, parents and young student athletes how to market yourselves, right? And also, like we're discussing today, about how the high school coaches, if you want to help your program be a program that everybody talks about and wants to be a part of, and you want to attract some of the top athletes, need to put young people in college. You need to help them get scholarships, and it doesn't always have to be Division 1 either. Okay, um, everybody can't play Division 1, but there somewhere you can fit in at Division 1 level, the FCS level, and the Division 2 level where they give scholarships. Okay, there's well over 300 and something, 300 and over 300 like Division 1 programs, and so there's quite a few FCS programs, and there's quite a few Division 2 programs. And so, like I said, I shared on my podcast on Valentine's Day on last Wednesday, 3 keys to marketing that you can go back and listen to on my YouTube channel at Love the Game 24_7. So be sure you go back and look at those. Also, look at the video with my son that I interviewed, who plays for the Arizona Cardinals. He talked about his recruiting. Lucas Dennis, who plays with the Atlanta Falcons. He talked about how his recruiting process went, and also had Coach Harvey, who's on the live on Instagram. He shared his experience being that he walked on at University of Miami and earned the scholarship his freshman year, and went to the national championship in football with University of Miami in 2000 and 2001, and then they won it in 2001. And I always tell them they should have won it in 2000, 2001 too. They should have won both. I'm just getting on your coach, but I'm a love Miami Hurricanes. I'm a diehard Hurricane. But Coach Harvey came on and interviewed and shared as well. And you can go find those at youtube.com/love the game 24_7 and hear those conversations with those 3 people that shared a lot of great information about their recruiting. And Coach Harvey shared information about him being a former college coach and recruiter who was at Florida State, Fairmont State, and several other schools in his 11-year career coaching college football, and now in his career coaching high school football. So he can tell you, when you listen to that video, you'll be able to hear his advice. And he also shared, as a high school coach, that he would also tell his students that this 10-week digital course that I have to help teaches young student athletes how to market themselves, because he'll tell you he doesn't know everything, and he'll say he shared that, and he thinks it's a great idea on what I'm doing. I appreciate him co-signing that, and sharing that as well during his interview. But like I said, uh, you coaches out there, you can definitely build a strong program, and really draw some really good athletes, if you start putting these young people in school, these young ladies and these young men in high school, in college, at whatever level they are capable of playing at, and they're getting recruited at. And so that's what, we're here about at Love the Game 24/7. And as I shared, my 10-week digital course is going to be me doing it live. You're going to have me personally doing it live, not somebody else. I will have some guests here and there as well, but you're going to have me live. I'm going to be continuing to do my podcast on Wednesdays and Thursdays, Wednesday nights at 6:30 Eastern time, and Saturdays 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. But one night a week, I will be doing the 10-week digital course and taking parents and young um, athletes through the process of how to market themselves. Okay, how to market themselves to get those scholarships. You know, and we also, like I said, we want to help high school coaches be able to bring me in if you need to, or share with them about the 10-week digital course so they can learn. That's a way that we can help high school coaches so that can take a load of stress, um, or something else that they can take off their table, off their plate, um, and let somebody like what we're doing at 20 Love the Game 24/7 assist and help them out. And so that's another way to supplement and help your young people, assure them of learning some ways on how to market themselves to get themselves some scholarships. When we have some of these high school coaches who buy in, like my buddy who's coaching in Sioux City West High School in Sioux City, Iowa, where we play college football. He's at a high school there as a new head coach, and um, and so I'll be going out there. Like I said, he's flying me out in May to help him speak to his young athletes and their parents. And so that's, you know, what I want to just share today is just, like I said, scholarships and recruitment, how your high school coach can help enhance his program or her program, sports program at your particular high school by putting young people in college and helping them get scholarships. Okay. And like I said, you want to share, be sure to follow me at youtube.com/, love the game 24_7 to see the Love the Game 24/7 podcast live on those nights, and Saturdays that I shared with you recently, just a minute ago. And you can also follow me here, Love the Game 24_7. Get the word out there, get the message out there that those who are looking for this kind of help. Um, as I said, this digital course is I know foolproof, and if you follow it, if you get with the 10-week digital course program and you purchase it and buy it, and you join every night as we get this, you're going to get this information emailed back to you, and you're going to get all the in a PDF format as well as a PowerPoint format after every night that we do this. Within 24 to 48 hours, you have this for life that I will send you when you purchase this program and go through the 10-week digital course. And we also have a bonus 2 weeks. So it's actually going to be 12 weeks, because the additional 2 weeks would be just a Q&A where you get to ask whatever question you want to ask, you know, um, and get answers for it. Okay. And help you to be able to help your young athlete. So whether a coach purchases it or whether a family purchases it, we're Love the Game 24/7 is going to give you everything. Coach Smith is going to be there to just lay it all out to help teach you about how to market yourselves. From intro letter, you're going to have an intro letter format that I'll give, also a player profile format that I already have when you purchase the course. Like I said, you'll get me live for an hour or a little over an hour, maybe an hour and 15 for one night a week for the 10-week digital course. You also get every person that signs up and get this digital course will also get 1 free hour one-on-one with me, Coach Smith, to evaluate and to discuss your young athletes' game plan on how to market themselves better, and help them put themselves and position themselves to be able to get some scholarship opportunities, multiple scholarship opportunities at the right schools, right? That you fit their measurements, you fit their bill. You're the type of athlete that they're looking for, on the field as well as off the field, right? Whether you're a young lady or a young man, right? You're going to get a 1 free hour evaluation when you purchase this course with Coach Smith as well, right? And so, and then another thing that I shared that I felt was huge was that if I get 5 students from the same middle school, or 5 students from the same high school, it doesn't have to be the same sport, it can be different sports, but as long as they're from the same school, at least 5 students or more from the same middle or the same high school, I'm investing back into your athletic program. That's $500, right? So if I get 5 people to invest in this 10-week digital course, that's $500 that will go back into your athletic program. If I get 8 people, that's $800 that goes back into your program. If I get 10 people from your same middle school or high school, that's $1,000 that will go back into your athletic program that I would give back to your program for those people who join the 10-week digital course. And I don't believe anybody is doing that. I don't think some of these people who charge money for different things like this and have solid teaching and information that I'm going to be able to give you and teach you, and also giving back because you invested in what I'm doing. I'm going to invest in what you're doing and give back. And so you can tell me if there's somebody out there that's doing that, great. But I don't think there's too many people, if any at all, that will do something to that um, level. And so I'm excited to be doing that. And so if you're interested, be sure, like I said, um, you can email me at lovethe247game@gmail.com. That's lovethe247game@gmail.com. Or if you want to enjoy the 30% discount that I'm offering for this month for Black History Month, you can Cash App or PayPal me at lovethe game27. So that's Cash App or PayPal at lovethe game27. You can Cash App me, or you can Venmo me at Jeffrey, Jeffrey hyphen Smith, SMITH hyphen 745 if you want to Venmo me. And that would be at a 30% discount. And I believe, one second, I can tell you exactly what that would be at 30% discount. That I shared that on Wednesday during my podcast, that for those who are interested in joining and getting themselves all with the pre-launch before we start this in the first week of March, that's the course itself is $997, and so with the 30% discount, that's right around $300 off. Just shy of $300 off. Okay, and so you can pay $698 right now with the 30% discount off. With the 30% discount, you can PayPal Coach Smith at lovethe game27 or Cash App at lovethe game27. $698 for a $300 off savings for Black History Month for the month of February if you're interested. So get in and get your spot now before things get filled up. All right. Some of you all missed the 40% discount that I had during the Super Bowl week, but don't miss this 30% discount that I'm offering for Black History Month to get your spot for the 10-week digital course, so I can help show you, right? Show you exactly what it is, the steps that you need to take and the things that you need to do. And I have some things that I will give you, okay, in your hand for you to use to help you maximize those opportunities of getting some scholarship offers, okay? But we want to make sure you get the scholarship offers for the right places. Because here's what I'm going to tell you that I shared also on Wednesday. I see a lot of kids saying that they want to try, I want, they're seeing other kids get 25, 30, 50 offers and all this stuff. And they want to compete because, of course, things go viral of this athlete having this many offers. And I shared on Wednesday night, you should really only be concerned about getting at least 3 solid offers to maybe 5 solid offers, or somewhere like 7 to 10 solid offers. Like I said, that should be all you should be focused on. You shouldn't be focused on trying to get 25, 30 offers, because some of these offers that even though some of these kids report I got 25, 30, 40, 50 offers, all those offers aren't solid offers. Okay, don't be fooled. Okay, they may have a lot of schools talking to them or speaking to them, and that's probably true. Okay, but some of those offers that some of these kids are getting are not solid offers. And so I always tell people, you can only go to one school. Get that. Watch that. Watch this. You hear what I just said? You can only go to one school. So don't get so caught up in saying how many offers. I want to have all these offers, all these multiple offers. You can only go to one school. And so you're going to learn in my 10-week digital course the importance of just getting some solid offers, whether it be 3 to 5 to maybe 7 or 10 at the most, because you can only go to one school. I don't need 25, 30, 40. I don't need that headache of trying to figure out some things, right? Now, you may have to reach out and market yourself to several schools at the Division I and the FCS and the Division II level to see what schools that you grab their interest, okay? And then you work from there, okay? If I'm not getting a whole lot of Division I offers, but I'm getting FCS offers, and I'm going to work that hustle with those FCS schools, and then see how many Division II offer that I may be getting, right? And then see if I do get some bites at Division I level. I'm going to work those. But I'm going to learn through this 10-week digital course from Coach Smith who are those schools that I need to be targeting, how to do my research to figure out who I should be targeting, right? Not showing love to those. I don't need to be showing love to those schools who are not interested in me because I don't fit their measurement, right? I need to be putting time into those schools who I fit from looking at their roster, at my sport, at my position, right? So because you can only go to one school, who cares about having 20 or 30 offers? If I got 3, 5 to maybe 7 or 10 solid offers that I know right now I can sign my name on, and that's my scholarship. That's all I care about. Don't get caught up in all this game of I have 30, 20, all these offers. That stuff isn't always as solid as you think it is. Okay? Because you can only go to one school. I don't need all those offers. Give me my 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 solid offers that I know that I have on the table that I can sign right now if I commit it. That's what you want. And how you know that? Well, because of you guys got to understand, you got to get this 10-week digital course so you can learn this how you'll know that your offers are solid. Right? You need to get in this course. Right? You need to ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do? Well, what do I need to do to market myself? How do I need to market myself, Coach Smith? You know, how do I better myself, better develop myself in my sport? You know, you're going to ask yourself all these questions. And guess what? Coach Smith that Love the Game 24/7 will have those answers for you. You need to get in with this course, right? You got to put in your work. You got to do your research, and you got to learn how to do the research. Okay, you got to learn, and it's not hard. You got to learn how to do this research. It's not difficult. Okay, so that's what I'm, trying to help you guys understand. So I'm gonna help you with that doing this 10-week digital course. I'm gonna give you some assignments and tell you what it is that you need to be doing and how you need to do your research, how to narrow this stuff down, so you're not chasing, you know, chasing the wind. We don't need you chasing the wind. You need to be chasing something solid that you can put your hands on and grab, right? Not the wind that you can't grab, you can't touch it, you can't, pull it. So that's what this 10-week digital course is going to help simplify, and help you understand and give you some clarity on exactly what you need to do to market yourself to get those solid offers that you can grab and put your hand on and know that it's real and know that it's a solid opportunity for you. And and also teach you how to narrow things down on what's the best place for you. Okay. And so, and what questions you should be asking when you get those solid offers. Like, hey, coach, if I get a season-ending injury, or if I get a career-ending injury, where does my scholarship lie? Right? That's a question you want to be asking. You know, are you all still going to honor my scholarship where I can get my education if I can't play my sport anymore? Right? And these are some questions that and other things that you'll learn to ask, right? That you're going to learn at the 10-week digital course that you may not know to ask. Or if I need surgery for something, do I need my own insurance, or do I need um, my family insurance, or does the school, because I'm on scholarship, have insurance that they cover me to help me with my surgeries and different things of that nature? So, but yes, like I said, you can only go to one school, so you don't need all these offers. So we'll narrow all that stuff down. And so that's all I really want to talk about today, real briefly. I'm coming up on 45 minutes. I didn't want to be real long. My two older brothers came in town to visit me this weekend, and we've been enjoying some time together. And they're going to be hitting the road tomorrow, and so I need to hang out with these fellas a little bit more before they get out of here early tomorrow morning. So we've been enjoying the weekend with each other. So I appreciate you guys joining Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7. Be sure the course, you can get it right now, like I said, for 30% off at the Black History Month discount, which is almost a $300 discount. And you can sign up right now and save your spot at $6.98 if you cash out me right now at Love the Game 27, or if you um, PayPal me at Love the Game 27, or you can Venmo me at Jeffrey-Smith-745 if you want to Venmo me. So get in and get your spot now. Don't lose your opportunity to learn how to market your athlete, your young athlete, or coach, how to help, improve and strengthen your program, how to enhance your program, because, you're going to learn how to be sure you boost your scholarships that you're helping your student athletes achieve. And then that's going to help put you on the map, or help those young middle school kids realize, oh, that's the high school I want to go to, because in my sport, I know she's putting kids in college in lacrosse, right? In field hockey and soccer. Okay. So get your spot, get signed up. Okay. Get with me, Coach Smith Live, to teach you personally himself on how to market yourselves better. Okay. Give you some clarity, and let's boost your scholarship opportunities. So I appreciate you guys joining me. Have a great rest of the weekend this evening. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you guys signing up for this course, this 10-week digital course. Right? Like I said, get signed up. Don't miss your opportunity to help uh, boost your program coach, help you young person boost your recruiting, and help you understand exactly how you need to start right now. Okay, to get yourselves on the map and get you some opportunity to get your at least your 3 to 5 to maybe 7 to 10 solid offers. So when signing day comes next February 7th or December or whenever it is for your sport, you be able to sign your name to the dotted line and secure um, your spot for playing your sport at the next level, and also saving your parents a lot of money. Okay, so I appreciate you guys joining me. I look forward to you joining me Wednesday, coming up at 6:30 Eastern time on Wednesday night. Be sure you don't miss Coach Smith with Love the Game 24/7 podcast. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next week or this Wednesday. Take care.